I think so.
Yeah?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's fine. I think.
There's not a lot of headroom on my side.
No.
Hmm.
Push it up.
Go up.
Is this fine? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Hi. We're Neil and Jodi. We're two idiots that should not give advice about anything.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are. Can you show these?
No. No, now that you insulted them.
But you sell these. This is a product you sell that's available for sale. You don't want to advertise your product?
No, because you just made fun of it.
Jodi made Peeps.
Not Peeps.
What
Wait,
are
why
they?
do you keep calling them Peeps, though?
They're not Peeps? They look like marshmallows. Like Peeps.
No, those are bath bombs.
Oh. So the fact that they look like vaginas is a little more like acceptable because it's like for privacy uses.
Yes. Yes.
I thought they were Peeps. And it was like weird.
Wait, but why would I have been selling those on my Etsy? Why would I have been selling marshmallows?
I don't know, you make all sorts of stuff. I don't know, maybe you make Peeps. That's crazy. You don't make all sorts of foods and
I don't
chocolates.
sell it on. When was the last time I did that? You make my labels. Have I ever sold food from Rosey Bubbles?
I don't know. No?
You don't even pay attention.
What was it? Sweet Cheeks. Was
Yeah, but that was like 1,000,000 years ago.
All right.
Anyway, they're not vaginas. They're lips.
Or Peeps. They're not Peeps either, apparently. They're bath bombs.
Yes.
So if you would like...
If you want lip bath bombs, call me.
Yeah. Call you?
They could call me. I won't answer.
Don't call. She doesn't want that.
No.
Email her. Or go to her Etsy store.
Yeah, go to my Etsy store.
Etsy.com/
Shop. Wait. Etsy.com/shop/ Rosey Bubbles.
Rosey Bubbles.
Yep.
Okay. It's not like / XHQ37. Okay.
Nope. The link is on my Instagram.
At Rosey Bubbles Soap.
Yeah. There's a crack in your phone, and it's right in the middle of my face.
No one will see it.
I know, but I see it. It looks like I got shot.
Do you want to...
No, it's fine. Oh, I'm going to sit like this.
Yes, like that. This is all very compelling stuff.
No one even asked questions.
Yeah, no one asked us questions.
So-
Last time, a lot of people asked questions.
They did. I think you put it up sooner. But a lot of people did see it.
Yeah, I just think people didn't care.
Oh,
That's sad.
that is sad. Why doesn't anyone want our advice?
I mean, I guess they know that it's useless advice. I don't know how to frame this. Can you guys hear the dog's footsteps? Is this a rescue also?
Yeah.
What about this tripod? Is this tripod a rescue?
Yep. Or do you want just like the glass?
Let's try and figure this out. If I can get this real low.
I know we should like cut this all out.
No.
Okay.
This just spins freely? This doesn't do anything?
I think, if like you flip it the other way, it makes it sturdy. So where are we looking? Here or here?
Both? I don't know. I've never done this before.
I used to be able to cross one eye in and leave one eye straight. And now, if I drink too much, this one like will start to do that. And my grandmother was right. My face would have stayed like that.
Also, how disturbing, like, to cross one eye. So we're giving dating advice. If anybody on Instagram Live has any dating questions. Oh, I got one question. What was the question? It was... I forget the question.
You got one and you can't remember
I
it?
can't remember it. It was, how come dudes on apps... Oh, you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no reason. And then you'll hit it off with a dude on an app, and then he'll kind of just ghost for no rea Like, why is that? And I think it's because I think it's with women too. I think it's just certain people are just like inundated.
Yes, and I think other people are, one, it feeds their ego.
So they just want to talk.
They just want to like see how many people, and two, they're collectors. Like a collector is someone who they want all these people. They don't really know what to do with them or where to put them yet, but they just keep them hoarded so that like they could pick at them when they need them.
Do you think who's an example of that? Oh, is it? Like,
I don't know.
Do you have someone in mind you just don't want to say it loud?
No, I don't know. I think some. Well, those are two different people that I just described.
Yeah, the collector.
Yeah.
And the attention seeker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people just need that constant like, oh yeah, okay, I'm still good looking, cool.
Yeah.
Or I could get someone even though I don't necessarily want them.
Do you have a lot of guys you talk to at once and then just never meet up with them?
I don't go on apps.
You don't go on apps at all?
No.
As someone who doesn't go on apps, do you have any advice for people on apps?
Yes. Get off apps. People, you're not going to find, even like look-wise, they're not going to be the same. Better or worse. I just don't feel like people, I feel like people are better in person or worse in person. You're going to get that true them. You have to go out with them. You have to go.
You think everyone's worse in person?
No, you're not necessarily worse in person. I'm better in person.
You're better in person.
Yeah, oddly enough.
I think I like you better in photos. Less attitude.
But you're going to get what you're going to get. Sometimes, okay, like one time, this was like years ago, I saw this guy and he was dressed, and I thought he had like a retro style to him, and he was just cheap. He just bought like old shit. So, and I was like, oh, I'm like, we don't like have anything in common. So like what you're putting out there isn't necessarily what you are, whether you're doing it intentionally or not.
Okay. I think I'm better in person too, just because, like, I don't know, on the apps it's like it's just superficial, it's just looks. So if I am your cup of tea, like, yeah, I'm your cup of tea. But if I'm not your cup of tea, you're gonna skip past me.
Right.
Whereas in the room, I might get, and I mean, I usually do better than my weight class.
He is. I'm gonna give you a compliment. He's pretty charming for like thirsty girls. Like thirsty girls.
Only
like,
for thirsty girls.
No, but it's okay, especially thirsty girls, because like you give them just what they need. You give them just enough to make them feel good, but like not so much where it feels like they're like still with their dad. You know, like they're like still not getting like exactly the attention that they want.
I mean, I guess that's as close to a compliment as I'll get from you. Because there's definitely been times, hello, sexy bear. Yeah, see?
That's for you, probably.
But that's a man, for sure. That's a gentleman. This is the first time, because we've
Wait, is that
done
for me?
this. Oh, maybe it's for you. you on this, you've been like, I don't see it. You're not charming.
Right. But I told you when we went out to eat and you were like really like.
She watched a woman try to pick me up.
Yeah, yeah.
And she was like.
I was impressed. I was impressed with how he handled it. I mean. But also, here's another thing about that day. Why it's weird for girls to pick up a guy in front of it's for you? Oh. It's weird for a girl to pick up a guy in front of another girl, don't you think?
It would have been bold for her. That's a bold move, because I've had that happen where I've been with another dude, and a guy will pick up the dude I'm with, and I'm like, how do you know we're not together?
Right.
in that case, though, there was another guy there too.
That's
it
true.
was us and Brendan.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a clear dynamic at the table that like we were all goofing around.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, I was gonna say this happened to me on the topic of apps. Well, this didn't happen on an app. Girl asked me to come over at midnight. It was a 45-minute drive. She asked me to come over at midnight, or like she asked me at 11, and I got there at midnight. And I got there, and when I
Like, so you took time to shower first?
No. Let's not get crazy.
Neil doesn't shower before he goes on dates.
That's not necessarily true. It depends on the time of the day and where I'm at. If I just got off stage and I have a date, then yeah, I'll probably
Is that a date?
wash up. Well, this isn't a date either. To call me over at 11 o'clock at night.
That's true. Go ahead.
I mean, that's not a date.
No.
And I had probably previously showered at some point.
Okay.
Whatever. She invited me over at midnight.
No one can see you on this.
Hi. They know I'm there.
Okay.
And you're the prize anyway. No one's looking. Well, the one guy's looking at me.
Yeah. The only person who said anything is looking at you.
Here I am. What was I saying? Oh, she invites me over. It's 11 o'clock at night, and she's a nice girl. Like I'm not trying to be like I don't want her to watch this and be like, "Fuck you, dude," and like try and stab me. But she invited a man over at midnight, and then when I went to kiss her, she was like, "Oh, I wasn't even thinking that," and I was like, "What do you mean you're not thinking? Like, what are you thinking?" Invited me over at midnight, you know? What are you reading?
It said I'm here, and then I was wondering if it was
like in
that
the
girl that you were
house?
talking about.
Oh, yeah. I kind of got scared too. I was like, oh,
I
man.
got nervous for you.
She's like, I'm right fucking here, dude. Like, switchblade emoji. Skull and crossbones emoji, coffin emoji. I don't, yeah, it's like, well, what did you think? Like, why did you invite someone over at midnight?
So, did you say, why did you invite me over at midnight?
No, because that's disrespectful. I just was like, oh, okay, and then, like, left.
And
I mean, not left right away. I felt like I had, like, I don't want to be scumbaggy and just be like, well, I only came over to fuck, you know?
So, what did you do?
We sat there, I watched her drink a beer, and then I left.
That's weird.
It's very weird. But that's not the first time that's happened to me. I've had girls invite me over and then like be like weird about it. I've had girls come back to the hotel room and then be weird about it.
But as a woman, you're putting yourself in a really stupid situation by doing that.
Yeah, I mean, like you lucked out that it's me and not like me and my buddy got picked up at a bar by a girl.
Wait, should you be saying this? Married?
Well, no one knew what I was talking about. And now, well, I mean, she tried to pick us both up. Nothing happened with either of us, so it doesn't matter. The story doesn't matter.
Okay.
Hey.
Don't tell me anything.
She's not married.
Doesn't matter. I actually don't even know what it is.
So this guy's saying that's common. That girls do that shit common.
But
why
but
are
they
you
shouldn't.
doing that?
You
Yeah,
shouldn't.
why are you doing that? Like,
you're looking for trouble, and then you could turn around and say, well, you shouldn't have done anything, but you really shouldn't have put yourself in that position.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to get a reward for like not raping a girl. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, it's like, yo,
don't do that.
There's a lot of guys out there that think that they do deserve a reward for not doing that.
Right.
But yeah, this girl invited herself back to my hotel room at this bar. She didn't know either of us. She was like, oh, where are you guys going? We were like, oh, we're just going back to the hotel. And she was like, okay, let's go, and left with us to go to the hotel. Then didn't want to do anything, which is fine, totally fine. But like even she texted me the next day and was like, thanks for not like, because like literally, like if she would have left with literally any other dude in that bar, like that story doesn't end the way that ends.
Right.
You know, like that's her now. Texting someone?
What is wrong with you?
What are you doing? You texting?
No.
Talking to a boy?
Okay, so yes.
You are talking to a boy?
No.
Oh.
I think that, yeah, don't go home with guys if you don't plan on having sex with them.
I mean,
Don't invite people over your house in the middle of the night. So wait, did you ever hear from that girl again?
I mean, like, we follow each other on Instagram, but like, I don't know if there's been like, I don't know if we've like spoken. I think like I tried to be like, oh, cool, like comment on something, and then like maybe she gave like a thumbs up emoji and peaced out or something. I don't know, man. Yeah, the apps are weird. I don't like them.
But I don't really feel like much dating happens on those, though.
No.
Right.
What do you mean? No, I mean, I feel like people have met like significant others.
Mainly now, are they really for that, though, at this point?
I mean, I think it goes. I don't. I think there are apps where it's like this is strictly for banging.
Right.
But I think there's apps that are like more for like long-term relationshipy stuff. And
Do you
like,
go on those?
Well, I think Bumble is like that. Well, I mean, but I'm in a weird position because I'm really like, I mean, emotionally, maybe I'm looking for something like more serious, but like, I can't do that to someone, you know? Like, I'm constantly burping. I'm constantly on the road and stuff, so I feel like it's disrespectful to, you know? I don't know.
But I mean, if you have a conversation with them, what's the difference? Maybe
Yeah, but
they'll
if
be
they're
okay.
Yeah, but if they're like an adult woman in like a, you know, in a learning part of their life, like they don't want to start dating a guy who's like away for 2 months at a time.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, honestly, I don't think that's bad for a relationship.
Listen, I think
Not being around someone a lot is good.
Look, room is good, but like if I'm only there 3 days a month or something,
Well,
that's
if you're
too
away and bringing girls back to your hotel room at night, then that's probably
I wouldn't do that if I
detrimental.
was in a
Wait,
committed.
what word did you say? Did you say
Not
obviously?
obviously, I would.
I think people should date more. If we're talking about dating, I think they should date more.
How many days have you been on the past year and a half?
I think people should date more.
If an adult woman comedian was like, I want someone to hang out with 5 nights a month, I might sign on. Yeah, but so that's my buddy Bricks.
Mm-hmm.
He's also like kind of, as he puts it, he's an oddball. Like, I don't know that that's like most people's thing. You know what I mean? Like, he's just more about like hangs,
Mm-hmm.
which is like I'm more like I am too. So like that's why that works.
Don't you feel like our generation, I know you don't want to talk about your age, but like, don't you feel like our generation still is a little bit more immature? Because I feel like the millennials or Gen Zers, they're more like relationship focused than I think Gen Xers are.
But they're also like all poly and shit. They're also like nesting.
I
Right?
can't.
Like
I
a
can't
millennial is like.
Yeah, but I can't with any of those words. I don't care what you call your fucking self. It really is just so annoying to me. Because I don't care.
So you're not like a demi pansexual.
Right. Well, they'll tell you all that, but then it's like, are you in a relationship? I don't do labels. Fuck, you don't. You certainly do. You label everything about yourself.
All you do is labels.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Yeah. And the words like are all interchangeable, like E&M and C&M, and then poly, and like people post like I like that's so I'm on an app that's like kind of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Just because it's like more situations, like I think it's a little freer for like when you're just like popping into a neighborhood. But like all like there's like a few different types of people on those sites. Mm-hmm. But like there's one type of person on that site where it's like a novel about like their love language and their personality type and like their moon is rising in their whatever and they're in a poly nest looking for another molecule and it's like, dude, what, like, just.
But there's someone out there that's like, wow.
Oh my God, you're so enlightened. And
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, you're just looking to fuck.
Right.
Like,
And
you're
I
trying
feel
to
like
talk
people.
yourself out of being.
I'm going to say something that's probably not going to be a popular thing to say.
Exciting.
But no, I think that...
Yeah. Let's do it.
I think that less attractive people will say that all these things so that they could cast a wider net and like hoping to scoop something up.
Okay, listen, I'm not mad at that, but also I think some of these things where they like list all that stuff is casting a very narrow net. Because it's like, I'll read it and I'll be like, all right, I'm okay. No, all right, now I'm out. Now you're not interested in a guy like me, you know?
Yeah.
Because like it'll be like all these things and it'll be like, ultimately, I'm just looking for an LTR.
What's that?
Long-term relationship. It's like, no, you're not, dude. Like,
yeah.
Also, that's always crazy to me too, is like women will stop talking to you immediately. Like if they go like, oh, I'm looking for a long-term thing. And I'm like, well, I'm open to it.
Right,
and they're like, oh, but you're not now? Well, then I don't, it's like not worth my time. It's like, how do you know?
How do you know? You
How do
won't
you know?
know that somebody wants it. Because you could be like completely opposed. Like you could be completely opposed to it right now. But you could meet some girl that you're just like, I really want to spend the majority of my time with this person.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, already like there's people in my life that I'm like, you know what? If they made a move, like this would change. What?
Wait, people or person? People?
There's like a couple of people in my life, not that I'm like hooking up with or whatever, but like if they were like, hey, like I date you, but like these things are weird, I'd be like, oh, well, let's look at what those things that are weird are and see what we can do about them.
So, say hypothetically, there is a girl that lives in another state that you...
Okay.
I want to talk about her.
All right.
Why can't you two make it work?
I just think we're in different parts of our lives. And I'm away too much.
You're saying that. Did she say it?
She said that many months ago.
How about now? People change.
How about now?
You need a check-in.
I don't know, but also her living situation changed. So like her kids are back with like, not that they weren't like taken away from her, but like her kids are like
that'd be terrible.
like young adults. So
Yeah.
they were like out of the house, but now they're back in the house, and it's like, well, gonna have intimate time in the Rogue. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know where. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, all right, well, I guess we're not. I mean, we'll hang out, we'll have fun, but we're not.
Okay.
It can't be a relationship situation. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. How long have we been doing this now?
27 minutes.
This is
I think like 6 minutes we're just setting up the camera though.
Well, that's fine. I mean, that one can be, just like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
25 minutes.
Yeah.
This one's got to be excruciating if anybody is still watching.
That's their problem. Why are you watching?
Well, I wouldn't say it's there. Like, why you're watching? Because it's
Everybody's, like,
fun to like.
logging off.
You check in and then you check out. Yeah, so this guy comes in and then he's gonna see that we're not talking about anything, and then he's gonna fucking bounce. That's how it always works. What is it? Is that it for this? I don't know. This is. We were unprepared.
We were unprepared.
I got overzealous because I was like, oh, I'm on my own. Like, I want to do this thing. This guy's checking out. Peace. I'm out. You guys suck. Yeah, all right. That's good. Can you show these fucking vaginas, please? No, turn them sideways. Turn them sideways.
No, they're lips.
All right, but turn them sideways. That's what I walked in on. Okay.
You didn't walk in on this.
I walked
it
in on
wasn't
them
like
sideways.
I was doing something weird with them.
I saw them sideways when I walked in. I was like, oh, those are clearly vaginas. And then she made me show her the difference
I didn't know.
between innie and outie vaginas. This old ass woman has never seen another woman's vagina. Ever.
I didn't know there were different names to them. And a vagina is a vagina. Well, no, vaginas are all different, but
Yeah.
look, now
They're
more
all-
people join because they heard the word vagina.
Yeah, it's like, hey, they're talking about vaginas over there. Like, oh, they're talking about vaginas? I heard they showed a vagina. I heard they showed a marshmallow vagina. A vagina. Yeah, you can peeps. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's
Dates. Stay off apps. Don't ghost people. Ghost people it sucks. It's lame. You're wasting people's time. I hate when people don't waste time.
I think we should normalize the
Stop saying the word normalize.
We should normalize use of the word normalize. And then we should unnormalize the use of the word normalize. But in the meantime, we should normalize the ability.
Oh, pre-vagina.
We should normalize the ability to just be like, sorry, not interested, not talking anymore.
Yeah.
Like, just be honest and blunt and get it over with. Because it's the ignoring that sucks.
Yeah.
But that, I think
because
ignoring
then you make stories in your head, like, first of all, you make stories for the person.
Yeah.
Or you just,
Like, oh, did I do this wrong? It's like, nah, I'm just not interested or whatever. And then also, like, even, like, in relationships, like, even, like, I mean, whatever, like, if your ex, you know, like, say, hey, we're done talking. Or, like, hey, like, I have a new boyfriend, this is inappropriate. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't just vanish.
No, I agree.
Because then it's like, well, because then I'm like, oh, did she get it? Or, like, not, you know, or whatever. Like, obviously, they get them. But it's like, oh, did she get it? Or, like, you're like, oh, like, did I say something wrong? Or, like, whatever. It's like, no, she's, like, this person's...
Well, in certain situations, I could see the person not saying that. If it's a relationship that's over, I don't really feel like they owe you much.
If the relationship is over and you're still communicating, and then you decide you're not communicating...
Once communication completely stops, you know that they're with someone else. Yeah.
Say it.
Why?
Fucking say it. Grow a pair.
But they don't owe you anything. They're not somebody who said, I'd like to... Shut up. They're not somebody who's saying, oh, I want to go, let's go on a date together. Right? And then just not calling again. Because you're making an effort or you're agreeing to it. And also, here's another thing. How about if you say like, oh, at some point we should go and get something to eat. Like, I'm going to be hungry in like 20 minutes. When do you want to go? Don't like just leave it out there. If you want, look, Neil showed me pictures of some women that find him attractive yesterday.
Women.
And you know, if that's kind of what's like, you know, floating around out there, and if you find someone that actually you might think that you'd be able to, why are you staring at me like that?
Those two...
3.
Well, the filtered woman.
Oh, 4.
Who was the third?
Anyway.
Well, 2 of them were Shrek. Like, 2 of them were, like, legitimate swamp monsters.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm sorry, but,
Yeah.
like, I don't know how that's the photo you put forward.
Maybe that's their best photo.
That's impossible.
Is it?
I mean, come on.
All right. Ask people out. Follow through. Follow through. That's a great thing to do. A lot of people don't have follow through. Wait, what did I say? Ask people out, follow through, and go on a date. And then when you don't like each other anymore, stop talking and tell them why.
Yeah, tell them why.
Yeah.
I think also if you're with someone for a very long time, you can be like, hey, listen, I know we were like starting to talk a little bit, but I met a guy that we can't do this.
No, because that would have just opened up a whole nother can of worms. You would have just been like, okay, cool, bye. Or anybody would have just been like, okay, cool, bye. I'm sure that person would have been like, why?
I eat pork rinds.
I'm just saying, you wouldn't have let it go. You would have been asking the questions. You would have been stalking like you were doing anyway.
Anyway. Yeah. So just
So
fucking
if you
tell
already,
me.
but if you already knew, what's the difference? You wouldn't have done it either. Because communicating that type of stuff is hard. And at the end of the day, even if you broke up with someone, you don't want to hurt their feelings any further.
I don't know, man. It was just so crazy because it was like.
Not like it was so sudden.
No, but it was a switch. It was a sudden switch.
How often were you talking?
We weren't talking very often, but you were like, "Oh, she was trying to hang."
No.
She was trying to run into us.
That was the impression that I got.
No, I mean, she said that, right? She was like, "Oh, I thought you'd be here. I walked by there."
Yes.
So to me, that's like, "Oh, she's trying to run into us."
That was the impression that I got.
And then a week later, she's not returning a text.
Was it a week?
I mean, I didn't try her immediately because I tried to be cool about it.
Well, maybe that was your problem. Maybe that's a lesson to you people. Don't try and be cool about things. If you want something, go get it. If you want something, go get it. Because if it's not going to want you, what?
That's bad advice.
No, that's great advice. If on a Monday, you're like, you know what? I've been thinking about this girl or this guy. And you don't call them. And then like weeks go by and you're like, oh, I'm playing it cool. And then a month later you find out this person now has a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And you're like, fuck. I played it so cool that I like froze myself out. That does happen.
I don't think that's what happened here.
No, I don't think that you would have changed her mind.
Or her course.
Or her course. So then what's the problem?
Are you sponsored by Fruit Crisps?
No, I just...
I mean, there's a lot of them. This episode brought to you by Pink Vaginas, Lemons, and Fruit Crisps. I'd like to thank Pork Rinds. What's a good brand? Utz? Imagine Utz had pork rinds. Does Utz have pork rinds?
That's where I got that big tub from that time. It was
That's
Utz.
so weird because Utz is usually
Yes.
kosher.
You talked about that.
Oh, I did? I said that already?
Yeah, but now they have like
kosher pork rinds?
a Latin section, and I
Beyond
like
pork
theirs
rinds?
better. I would eat those. I eat Beyond Jerky.
You're Beyond Jerky. You're Beyond Jerky. Yeah.
That was great.
That was great.
Yeah. This is why he's sleeping on people's couches.
That's me. Hotels are expensive. Yeah, comedy clubs need to pay for hotels.
Anything else about dates?
Do you know that figs have dead wasps in them?
No, they don't.
That's what I heard.
I grow figs, and I've never had a dead wasp in my fig.
I heard figs, in order to be figs, a wasp or bee has to like pollinate it and then die in it.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true. I don't even have to Google that.
I gotta Google. I gotta Google that.
I don't have
I
to.
gotta Google that. All right.
You could put figs on a charcuterie and invite a lady over.
I like a charcuterie.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that a guy brought... He meant to say crudité. I'm just now realizing. This guy brought a tray of like vegetables.
What?
Vegetables.
Okay.
Like cauliflowers and broccolis and...
I know what vegetables are.
Oh, I'm explaining for the
who don't know what
for the
vegetables.
folks at home. Yeah, he brought in a thing of vegetables, and he was like, "Oh, I got a charcuterie board from work," and I was like, "Ooh, a charcuterie board!" And I looked, and it was all vegetables, and I'm like, "What?" All right, and I bounced. But now, just now, I was like, "Ah, he meant crudité."
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know.
That's less exciting.
Yeah, charcuterie. Someone
Yeah.
says I brought a charcuterie board from work. I'm like, yo.
Yeah. Wait, where does he work? At a farm?
No, I guess he worked at like a supermarket, maybe. Because it was a crudité board.
Yeah.
I don't know where you would work that you would have a charcuterie board. Like a cheese place.
Yeah.
Or
A wine
Italian
bar.
deli.
Yeah.
Wine bar.
Mm-hmm.
Italian tapas.
Yeah.
Or I guess really even any tapas.
Any tapas.
Tapas.
Oh, that's tapas.
Tapas. Going to a tapas bar.
You are?
No.
Oh.
Like,
Like
oh,
it's
we're going to a
helpless.
tapas bar. And I'm like, oh, we're going to a tapas bar? No, tapas. Yeah, tapas? No. All right. Good talk, everybody. None of this. This was a wait.
Because you weren't prepared.
All right. But how often am I?
Yeah, but at least when we start with food,
Oh, we know we're going to talk about.
we know we're gonna, yeah.
At least talk about.
Right. You didn't even start off talking about anything.
We had dating advice. No one asked us any questions. We answered one question.
Yeah.
It's all right. This is fun.
Is there any other advice you'd like to give? What? Just your wisdom.
Medicate yourself to a point where you can have a real job. Because
That's nothing to do with dating.
not wanting a real job,
It does have to do with dating.
not wanting a real job is a stressful burden.
Yeah.
And I wish I could just work at Xerox or some fucking bullshit like a normal, regular dude instead of hating every moment of my life. What? You asked advice. I said, go get a job. Go get a job, kids.
I meant dating advice.
Oh.
Also get a job. If you don't have a job, it's going to make dating harder.
Marry your high school sweetheart and then cut your dick off. That way you never have to
Worry about cheating on her?
No, you never have to worry about wanting anything else because your dick's gone.
You don't think that people who marry their high school sweethearts can be happy?
They can be. They'll be happier
With their dick on?
without a dick.
Why?
Because then they don't have to, there's no
What about the woman? What's she supposed to do?
vibrator? Mouth stuff? I don't know. You don't even like guys. What are you talking about? No. This whole thing get derailed at the end? Take it from advice. We're going to rewind to the advice.
All right, start it again.
Do I have any advice? I don't have any advice. Dating advice?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not. Is that what you wanted?
I'm going to give you advice.
Yeah, go for it.
I think you should try and
Wait,
find
me or them?
them if they want it. You, because you need it. I think you need to try and find better quality people.
Better quality people.
Mm-hmm.
I know some good quality people.
And then I think you need to treat them like a nice quality person.
I treat people nicely.
Okay. I think chivalry is gone, and that's upsetting.
I'm chivalrous.
Are you?
Yeah, I open doors.
Okay.
I-
Because there's nothing more attractive than a gentleman, and that's true.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like a guy who's like talks about like dipping his dick all over the place, like, meh, that's not attractive.
Wow.
No girls listening to that story being like, wow, I wish she was mine.
That's not, but I mean, that's not what I'm doing.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about people in general.
All right. Ugh.
I feel like people talk sometimes to like make themselves seem like more than they are, but really they just wind up sounding
I'm awful. I'm a loser.
dumb. Well, you don't want to talk about that either.
Um,
I mean, I know that you do that
I'm
kind of
just
stuff on dates.
fine. Sometimes I'm honest about my emotional, my depression.
Yeah.
And that scares people away.
No one wants to hear that.
We're like, how you doing today? And I'm like, every day is pain. like what? I'm like, all right.
Yeah, this is terrible. This is probably worse
that was the
than
worst one.
the want beefs.
Oh, the One Piece were all great.
Yeah.
This had moments.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
set this whole thing on fire.
Bye.
You got it.